our next comedian, new to the stage, new to our stage, we are so delighted to have someone from Hotlanta. Am I right?
Atlanta.
Give it up, everyone, for Andrea Zekis.
Woo!
Thanks, Crystal. Thank you. It's like, I'm in Atlanta. It's like, I do, when I moved down here, I did kind of pick up some of the y'alls and some of the things like that. So I guess it could be kind of a foreign country in some ways, but I'm here. We all speak the same language in some ways. Speaking of language, how many of you actually play? How many of you play Wordle? Like it's that 5-letter word game that makes people say 4-letter words after you play it. I had so much hope for the Wordle. It makes me feel a little bit sad of where it's gone. It's just like, if you can remember, like go way back, way back, like January, like Wordle wasn't just a simple game then. It was like breaking down barriers and like just for a second, like people young and old, people who are like rich or poor, people of all races, creeds, colors, genders, we were all transfixed and bewildered by this thing, and then on one day some of us could miss it, some of us can make it, and someone can say, it's like, hey, those are actually 2 words. But we all got cumin. We all got cumin in the end, and we were uniting, or at least heading there. And it was like 2 years of a pandemic, and we were running out of ideas. She was like, what can make the world come together? What can we agree on? It's just like, well, I guess that words exist. We can at least agree on that, can't we? Just think, at that time when the Wordle came out, we probably hadn't been this united as a nation since Tiger King, but then over time, different games show up and stuff like that. Now Wordle is just like mosaic tile covering for your Facebook page. So you see different things up there. It's just like, so what happened? Was it fake words? And I was just like, well, the New York Times did buy it. And soon my roommate and we were at one time playing the same game, and now we're playing different games, with different words. And it's just like, so now we're 2 people who are divided by the same alphabet. And I'll tell you one thing. well, I'll tell you what. It's just, this minute mentioned, I live in the South. So I live in the South, and I'm trying to play this Wordle, and just explain to me how gonna means, like going to is a word, but like fixin', as in fixing to, is not a word. I just don't get that. As a Southern, I just don't get that. Bless your heart, Wordle. Bless your heart. Now, I've played enough Wordle. I have a theory about Wordle, and that is that you can tell a lot of person by their first word. And I got this theory based on the idea that I had a lot of friends who were playing Wordle, and they all guessed the same word, and they got it on the first time, and it was like the word moist. No. So it's like, ooh, I know, moist, but but I guess some face head on what makes it feel uncomfortable. It's like, I fully expect the next time I see people getting the Wordle correct, it's going to be like alone. So yes, the Wordle can tell us a lot. Like those who use a do think they're savvy. Those who use savvy aren't really savvy. Those who use quick want to take their time, but those who use penis are pretty going to be done really, really, really quickly. So I use quoth. I use quoth because the New York Times won't let me use queef. And
so true.
Hey,
so true.
My word used to be warty. It used to be warty. But along the way, I stopped caring about winning. I stopped caring about streaks. And I thought, what if the Wordle was just a game and we're just all living in it? And no matter what we do, no matter what we play, nothing ever changes. And then so I looked at my Q's and my X's and my Z's on the keyboard and say, you've been unjustly cast aside to the side. This is like, I will play with you this time. I will play with you, castaway letters, because the wordle doesn't include them as much. And I will try and finish that wordle without guessing a single letter correctly. I want to have that 5-letter word, 6 tries. That means 30 gray boxes. I want 30 incorrect answers on my wordle, and that was my goal. And now normally I don't share my wordle results. I feel like that's personal. That's between, those words are between, you know, what do you say, what do you do with your words is your own business, really. You know, but earlier this week I managed to get my perfect wordle, clean, clear, you know, nothing on it, you know, no strip of letters left behind. You know, I finally felt so accomplished. I wanted to show my friends a tile pattern you can find in any home, you know. And now I'd like this. Now I like to see someone finish the wordle and get like 5 and just have it just completely gray, no words at all, no words at all. And then on the last word, get the word perfectly. And just says like, see, I knew it all along. I was just playing you.
Oh,
Powerful.
Now, speaking about, you know, not leaving any strips behind, you know, how many of you get like do waxing, you know, like to get things waxed, you know? So, you know, I like to get my eyebrows waxed, because if I don't get my eyebrows waxed, these things will turn into caterpillars. And you don't want to be around for the people stage. You do not want to be around for that. Now, I don't hear folks saying, it's just like, wow, those eyebrows are really coming together. It's more like, ew, those eyebrows are coming together. So, you know, so I get my eyebrows waxed. There's no shame in that. There's no shame in getting the concept of waxing, but there is a little bit of shame with dealing with the activity of waxing. So recently I went to the salon to get my eyebrows waxed, and, you know, this waxer or wax technician, you know, it's waxing is sophisticated stuff you need a technician for, you know, they told me, it's just like, so, you know, I'm showing up and the person says, are you here for a Brazilian? And I laughed. I talked to the front counter. I told them, it's like, hey, you know, I'm here for an eyebrow wax, and they should know I'm here for an eyebrow wax. And then suddenly I was hearing the words that says like, you know, pull your pants from down into your waist down to below your knees, you know? And then it's just like, well, quickly my eyebrows got into shape then, you know, and it's been a long time since I've been that down on my knees. Let's put it that way. And I'm like, I don't know you that well, you know? And it's true. I randomly picked this waxer out, you know? This is like maybe a couple more times with the eyebrows, you know, I'll give you more hair, you know? It's like, Lord knows I have plenty of it, you know?
Yeah.
And I'll just tell you this, is that I've had a bikini wax before. And so it's not like I'm new to hair removal, but after that bikini wax, I took an Uber ride home and in a car with leather interior. And so no hair to muffle my backside. Well, let's say I tipped generously that night, and I can't let waxing ruin my perfect rating, you know? So a waxer needs to be someone you trust, someone who you're willing to be vulnerable with, you know? So vulnerable, like one time I fired my therapist once because I had a good waxer. I mean, it could take you like months to work on issues of intimacy with a therapist, but a waxer can get me into a fetal position, have me cup my hand on my butt cheek, lift it up to the sky, apply warm, gooey wax to my ass crack, and then rip it straight out from the root.
Oh God.
I looked like a Barbie doll, but I was making so much progress. This day, however, you know, I was faced with the decision. I was unprepared in my sweatpants, my pandemic sweatpants glory. You know, I was not going to go to the beach anytime soon. There was going to be since there's not gonna be any clam baking, there was not gonna be any clam breaking. Let's put it that way. And even if I said yes, what's the chance the front counter would be like, hey, what's taking you so long? You know, so I'd rather be Miss Muffle Farts than to deal with this thank you very much. And so I said, no, I'm here for an eyebrow wax. And she said, eyebrows, you know, not a Brazilian, are you sure? And I was just like, yeah, I'm sure. And then it's just like, so we're just cleaning up and shaping. It's just like, and by then I just didn't care. I just didn't care by then. This is as long as they're there afterwards. Thank you, everybody. You've been fun. I've enjoyed doing this.
Thank you. Yay!
Andrea.